You'll have to excuse the mess. I'm kind of in the middle of cleaning. Hello and welcome to Veda. So today I want to talk about book 2 of The Stand, which is a pretty thick section, so I'm just now getting through with that. It's been a very enjoyable read to me though. You know, in book 1 there was a couple moments where King's explanation of characters and going back into like history sometimes seemed a little unnecessary, but once you get into section 2, once you get into, you know, all the survivors getting to the Boulder Free Zone or Las Vegas, but we mainly focus on the Boulder Free Zone in the second book, minus the one chapter that King dedicates to the Trash Can Man in the second one, where we just get to see what Flag is doing in Vegas just on a kind of a grand scale through the eyes of Trash. But it's interesting to see, you know, all the little things that you would have to do in this kind of situation where, you know, society has kind of collapsed because of this massive plague and, you know, you're trying to rebuild and, you know, the power's out, there's you know, there's no infrastructure, there's no nothing, and like trying to think like what the first step should be in restarting that. And that's what we get to see in this second section. Is all the people who followed the dreams to Mother Abigail, or that followed Harold's notes along the way, but that managed to get to Boulder and join the Boulder Free Zone. That's, you know, that's what we get in this one, and we get to see, you know, our main characters grow and establish themselves within this new society, and how they are kind of seen as, you know, the leaders, as the linchpins, because they were the first to arrive, or because they were the leaders of their respective groups. And of course we get to delve much more in depth into the actual characters themselves and what their individual motivations are. And we also get to focus a lot on Harold and Nadine Cross, who become a big part of some of the events in book 2. Again, avoiding spoilers. As I said previously, I'd actually seen the miniseries for this, so I knew what was going to happen. But the way it's written, it definitely doesn't, like, it wasn't, like, even though I knew it was coming, it didn't, like, lessen the impact of it for me. So, there's that. But yeah, still plugging along, about, like, a little over 200 pages left. I think, like, at this point, probably about 230 pages I think I have left in here. So wrapping it up, and the next video I'm sure will be the tail end, book 3, as we get to see, you know, Glenn, Stu, Larry, and Ralph go to make their stand. Hence the title. It's definitely been a good read. I'm marking spots where there's specific mentions of Flag, because I want to turn back to them as I'm reading further into the Dark Tower books. But so yeah, that's where I am right now. Almost finished with The Stand, then I'm going to jump into Wizard and Glass, and then I'm actually going to go into Eye of the Dragon after that, which is another Flag story from before the Dark Tower. It takes place before The Stand, chronologically, as far as Flag's life, and it has more ties to the Dark Tower world. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, after, especially right off of reading this and Wizard and Glass, which focus so much on Flag, exactly how much more we learn about him in Eye of the Dragon, because he is the primary antagonist there as well. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about today. Book 2 of The Stand finished, and moving on to book 3, which is shorter, so it shouldn't be as long. I should, you know, probably get it done in the next day or so. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. As always, I hope you're all well, and I will see you tomorrow.